am really working with the gloves off. What does that mean? Marissa, I was telling her about that this morning, and she thought it was a company that I was working with. The gloves off. Okay, ideas. Actually, for those of you that know me, I'm a student and teacher of the martial arts. So how many of you have ever thought about why fighters wear gloves? Something you think about, something you don't think about? Me?
So you don't, when you hit them, they don't hurt as much. It's more to protect them.
Exactly. You get hit with a bare fist, bare knuckles, versus a glove. Trust me, you get hit with a glove, it still knocks your clock out. But you know, bare knuckles is a lot harder. So when I say that I'm working with the gloves off this year, what does that say to you?
Be tough.
Be afraid. Be very afraid, right? Okay, now, what that means is that I really want the women that I speak to, that I coach, to understand what you need to do to step into your power. What do you need to do to take that next step to create the success in your life that you want to create? So working with the gloves off, when you think of that, sometimes we think in visuals. So if you can think in visuals, like I'm actually taking these gloves off. I'm not going to do the soft thing anymore. I'm not going to be less than so someone else can feel more than. So I want to share a little bit about my story this morning, and I want you to take something from this. I really, really want you guys to take some inspiration from this morning. I was born the oldest of 5 children. My mother consistently told us that we were nothing. And I believed it, absolutely believed it. My 2 companions on a daily basis were fear and abuse. Until the day I found out that I have an inner strength. Whoa, that changed my life. Today, I stand in front of women and I motivate and inspire. That is not something that I ever dreamed of doing. That little girl who was afraid every single day. But I motivate and I inspire. I have clients from California to Africa, to the UK, to Argentina. I work with these women online, in person, speaking, and motivating. That rocks my world, let me tell you. That just, man, that's my J.O.B. That's what makes me jump out of bed in the morning. Y'all think J.O.B. is like a negative, my J.O.B. This is my J.O.B. Jumping out of bed to see who I can inspire today. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So imagine when the time came for me to write my book, and they gave so much information in my book, because I want people to know. I want you to know. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what happened to you. You know what matters? What matters is what you do with what happens to you. A few weeks ago, I met a woman, really interesting woman, and we got to talking and we got to know each other really well. She was born in a third world country. For the first 18 years of her life, she slept on a dirt floor. When she was 2 years old, her father womanized his way out of the house, and she saw her mom suffering year after year after year. And she started saying, Mom, when I get older, I'm going to buy you everything you've never had, I promise you. Of course, her mom didn't believe that, right? They have nothing, no food. There were times when she was basically passing out from lack of food. But by the time she was 40, she was a self-made millionaire. She retired, and then she got bored. So she came out of retirement, she wrote a book, it's a different kind of memoir, and now she is ready to take that book to Hollywood and have a movie made out of this book. But the event where I met her, she didn't know anyone. And I was so inspired by her story that I was excited to go around and introduce her to people and share with them, oh my gosh, this is really awesome. I want you to meet this person. And do you know that everyone stood in front, they listened to me introduce her, she shared her story, and as soon as she got to the point, self-made millionaire, what happened? Everyone wanted to sell her something.
Oh.
You know, I was the only person at that whole meeting of a couple hundred people that bought her book. Now, don't you think that something in that book might clue you in to how you can better your life?
Yeah.
Create success in your life?
Of course.
I'm telling you, you've got to read the book. You've got to listen to the audio. You've got to hire the coach. You've got to find a mentor. You've got to join the group. You've got to get out there. You've got to push yourself out there. Yes, ma'am. What's the name of the book? Her book? Yeah. It's called Elephant. Yes, ma'am.
I did ask her about her little book, and I was excited to see her when she did come around.
But I have to tell you, so many people miss opportunities. This isn't about who did or didn't buy her book. This is about missed opportunities. I want you to think about not just reading the book, not just her book, any book. If you're reading The Slight Edge, if you're reading The Success Principles, whatever, these books will help you. But you can't just read the book. You have to take notes. And then you have to take the notes and you have to apply them to your life. And then after you apply them to your life, you have to set goals. And then you have to figure out, are you meeting your goals? Are you not meeting your goals? Ladies, even if you can't afford to hire someone to help you with what you need to do, there's so much free information out there. And books, if you have an iPad, a Kindle, an iPhone, a Droid, you can download the Kindle app and download these books to your Kindle app. The books are so inexpensive, and I promise you will learn so much. There's a saying that says knowledge is power, but truly, applied knowledge is what's going to give you power. It's not the stuff that comes into your path. It's the stuff that you do with that stuff. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens.